It's an important issue because language as an area in the school policy, in the curriculum, we spent a lot of several weeks we debated the question. And this was not related to two language formula or a three language formula, this kind of thing. We were looking at language essentially as an element of the expression of an individual, of a society, and its collective continuity in culture. Language, in that context, has a direct bearing as the mediator in all cognitive and social capacities, including in knowledge acquisition and production. So this is the critical aspect of the language, and there is a special faculty that nature has endowed the youngsters with, and which is then carried forward as you grow older. Children between the ages of 2 and 8 also have an extremely flexible capacity to learn multiple languages. It's a crucial social capacity that must be harnessed in addition to well-established cognitive benefits of multilingualism. It is well established and it is understood now that young children learn and grasp non-trivial concepts most quickly in their home language or mother tongue. So when possible, the medium of instruction, at least until grade I, that's what we have considered, taking into account the development trajectory and the questions of the language and its acquisition. But preferably until 8 will be the home language, mother tongue, or even regional language. The curriculum will encourage a flexible language approach in classroom. Teachers will be encouraged to use bilingual approach in the classroom, including bilingual teaching learning materials. Further, to leverage the enhanced language learning abilities of the young children. This is what I again want to emphasize. All students from preschool and grade 1 onwards will be exposed to 3 or more languages with the aim of developing speaking proficiency and interaction and the ability to recognize the scripts and read basic text in all the 3 languages by the grade 3. The whole idea of a multiple language is not only you enhance your ability to pick up new languages, the areas of the brain which control the language learning process, they are stimulated. The process of stimulation, they increase their capacity to assimilate more languages. The very unique thing. So we are no longer talking about one language or a 2 language or 3 language policy. There's a criticality that you learn as many languages as possible. Invest for the future. Tomorrow you want to study Japanese or Spanish. Certainly you are much better prepared with a multilingual capability than a unilingual capability. This is why I want to emphasize this, because the language is not a controversy. It's a scientific necessity, biological necessity that we have addressed it in the context of the policy. Multilingualism is a necessity for India. That's also I want to say. After all, India is a language country of rich in languages. People used to say the richness of the Sanskrit is combined much more than the combined richness of the Greek and the Latin. So that is a kind of a thing. And they may be considered as a boon and an opportunity for learning and expanding one's horizon rather than a burden. Children learn languages extremely quickly, as I said, when immersed early, and multilingual children in studies around the world have found to learn faster and be placed better later in life than those who are unilingual. It enriches them intellectually and culturally and allows them throughout their life, mind you, you asked this question of long-term impact of this kind of a thing, to think in more than one way. When you talk of 2 languages or 3 languages, you also think it little differently. And by being equipped with the structures of expression, vocabulary, idioms, and literature of more than one language. An additional consideration is the learning of science bilingually. I want to say this because students whose medium is instruction is local home language will begin to learn science bilingually in grade 8 or earlier, so that by the end of the grade 10, they can speak about science both in their home language, and if he has been also studying English, he will talk in English. This will enable students to think about scientific concepts in more than one way. Currently, if I have to talk to you and I'm using English, obviously I'm going to stumble on the words for the same thing. We're teaching my mother tongue, whether it's Tamil or Malayalam or those kind of a thing. This difficulty we should avoid, because I will be probably much more fluent and expressive to you in Malayalam or Tamil if I had known that I had to learn science through that particular thing. I have this handicap today, but I think the future should not have this handicap. That's the point that I would like to make. Early exposure to multiple languages has a significant impact in enhancing ability of the brain to learn more languages, especially learning for professional use. Tomorrow, if you want to go and be a translator or interpreter, or to translate books in Japanese and Spanish and so on, you need the ability to do that. And this country certainly have to equip itself, especially becoming a world power economically and many other kind of things. So we need to have the ability for foreign languages. And thus, the policy recognizes that a multilingual India is better educated and also better nationally integrated. Thank you.